It's your boys from the Everything College Basketball Podcast, Josh and Peyton, here to remind you all that college basketball season is right around the corner. Yes, we finally know it's right around the corner, and Peyton, there's only one place people should go for all the college basketball excitement.
Well, Josh, the only place to find all college basketball hoops all the time is Everything College Basketball. Everything College Basketball can be listened to on several podcast hosting sites like Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. And we can also be found on our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Everything College Basketball.
Yes, make sure you are joining the group with a couple other 100 people and growing by the day as we march into year number 3 of the Everything College Basketball networking system. Now, let's get back to Conrad and Everything Pro Wrestling.
Yo, welcome to Clash of the Podcast, episode 73. This is the Royal Rumble edition. You see the sign behind me. I'm here, tag team partner, Sean Hubbard, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. When it comes down to us as the final two, someone's got to go over the top rope, and we're going to be talking about our Royal Rumble preview and predictions. We don't have much to say because we're not going to find out a lot until tonight on Monday Night Raw. We'll talk about the lineup for that. We got WWE 2K24 news and what we know about that game thus far. We'll get Sean's thoughts and what we think about this. All that and then some. We're going to be talking about free agency. Where could Kazuchika Okada be going? Seth Rollins' injury. We found that out. That happened last week, and now WrestleMania is... You thought the Cody, Rock, Roman problem was happening. Now we got it on the other side with the other world title match. What do you do with Punk? What do you do with Drew? What do you do with Sammy? All that and more is going to be discussed tonight, and there's only one thing left to say.
Conrad! Drop that thing.
Welcome, everybody, to another fine edition, the 73rd edition of Clash of the Podcast. Sean, let's get this bad boy started, man. I'm going to let you kick things off here with some of the chat members.
Yeah, happy to be here, man. Big shout out to Ray Thompson in the building. Happy Monday, guys. Hype for this week. So much going on. You are not telling any lie, Mr. Thompson. Very happy to have you here, Ray. Regards to you and your family. Welcome back to the show. We appreciate you.
He's got a lot happening here with Cody and Punk face to face tonight. Rollins' injury. Where will Okada sign? Best Dynamite card in months. Steel cage on Collision. And we have the Royal Rumble. Yo, can't miss week in pro wrestling to me. If you're complaining about something you got, I don't know what to tell you.
100.
I really don't.
Quilly's talking about what's up, Conrad, Sean, and chat. Your boy Quills is back to enjoy my two favorite bros, CJ and Hubs, for episode 73 of the dopest wrestling podcast in the game. Today, Clash of the By a God podcast. Let's get it. Quilly, I appreciate you, my G. Vinny, the only Vinny I like. Hey, squad, happy Monday. Excited for the Rumble. God bless you all. God bless you too, my friend. God bless you too.
Tom Collihu in the house saying evening, guys. What's up, Tom? Hope things are well. Doug also in the house. All right, another Monday night, another clash. Conrad, Sean, let's get into it. He says that I think I might have a good idea for the World Heavyweight Championship if Rollins out, but if it's a good idea, you know what that means.
Oh, Doug, appreciate you, man. And I have an idea too, but of course that would not happen because it's WWE.
We'll get into some of these ideas tonight. We got a lot to discuss. Vinny's coming in with best Rumble match in history.
2007 was pretty good. As a matter of fact, it was really, really good. I don't know if it's the best ever though.
It's not my favorite. My favorite of all time is behind me. If anyone can recognize the set that's from.
That's either it has to
with
be
a tear in my eye.
92. Okay, gotcha.
That's my personal favorite Rumble. The commentary was on point. The story told was great, and nobody had won from a number that high before when Flair came out at 3. Crazy.
Yeah, that's
crazy. Best return in a Rumble, Cena 08. Ooh, I think this was it for many years, but I think Edge took it over.
Edge took it over, but Vinny, I'm surprised, man. I gotta say, I'm surprised because that was the most annoying return ever, in my opinion. Like,
were you at that one? Did you go to that?
I was.
Oh.
I was.
Did you cheer? Were you one of the people like, yeah? Wait, I'm supposed to boo this guy.
I cheered out of shock, and then I immediately returned to hating him again. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Oh crap!" And I immediately realized it was one of those things you knew he was going to win, so it was a wrap. Yeah.
I respect it.
M. Leezy Fo Sheezy. Good evening, everyone. It's time to start the best in podcast. Oh my God, you got me so messed up. I'm not even able to read today. Good evening, everyone. It's time to start off with the best wrestling podcast in the game. So Rumble, young man, Rumble, young women and women, men and women Rumble. Oh my God, why can't I read today? I know you're quoting Muhammad Ali. I just screwed it all up. I'm sorry about that. I'm excited. I'm like Bobby the Brain Heenan. I'm excited, Monsoon.
Look at this. Mike's in the house. What's up, Mike? Vinny's talking about Priest cashing in tonight. Could happen. Joel's in the house. What up, Joel? Appreciate you, family. Thank you so much. Lots of news to start 2024. I was telling Sean this, bro, during the week. I could not believe how much news has happened. Like, I was like, I thought we were gonna have like there's gonna be a week where we gotta brainstorm, man. What can we talk about this week? Not so far. It's just been the hits keep coming. I'm like, can we fit all this in? And Sean's like, yeah, I'll make it fit. We'll make it happen. 92. See, Joel knows 92 best Rumbles. Matt Lopez knows.
It's jacked up, bro, because it's like that could have been 92 or 91 or 90. That was a general Royal Rumble backdrop for the first 7 Royal Rumbles.
What, this?
Yeah.
That's fine. But everybody knows the Flair one, though. That's it. That's all that I can say.
When you said with a tear in my eye, I knew what you were talking about.
Put that cigarette out.
Who knows? You could have liked the 1990 one that Hogan won.
Now, you know me, and you know that I am not liking any of those Rumbles. Mr. Perfect should have won. Mr. Perfect should have won one of those.
Can I tell you something right now, bro? 1990, Mr. Perfect. I'll go on right. Mr. Perfect should have won the Royal Rumble. That's a fact.
Yeah, at least mix it up. It was always a baby face, and then the big lead up, Hogan, Warrior. Oh, how could this happen?
Yeah,
Foolishness. A lot of people were in the house, it looks like, for that MSG one. Matt Lopez, Joel was there.
People don't realize there's not a lot of pay-per-views in Madison Square Garden. Like, everybody looks at, MSG as the Mecca, which it is. But as far as actual pay-per-views, not house shows, not Monday Night Raws, not SmackDown, pay-per-views, not a lot of New Yorkers, let me know. Not a lot of pay-per-views come to the Garden.
I hear you. And look at the 2K hype is out there. We're going to talk about it. Lots to say about 2K24. Best non-Rumble match in Rumble history.
If I Triple H versus Foley 2000, Taker versus HBK 98, or Lesnar versus Cena versus Rollins 2015 as nominees. Not bad, Vinny. Not bad.
It ain't bad, man. I'm a sucker for Triple H and Foley. I think that match made Triple H. Like, I believed after that. There was no more like, okay, I don't know if this guy has it. We're not the kind of guys that say we told you so, but we told you so.
I like that. That was perfect in Bobby the Brain's line after Ric Flair won. Joel, I'm saying, bro, like, for real, thank you, Joel. It's crazy because, like, I mean, it's awesome at the Garden, but as far as pay-per-views, actual pay-per-views, WrestleMania.
What did you guys get? You guys got some of the WrestleManias. You got Survivor Series 02. I feel like I can count most of these on my hand, actually.
We got 3 WrestleManias. We got 3 WrestleManias. We had Survivor Series 02. We had Royal Rumble 2000.
SummerSlam 91?
SummerSlam 91, SummerSlam 98. We're talking about 30 years of pay-per-views, and the Garden has had 10 maybe, and that's a stretch. You
Man.
guys in Buffalo do better than us.
Well, we get timeout though, but we get B shows is the big difference. We should get into this because you're A town and I'm a B town, and I absolutely hate it because I used to know that no titles were ever going to change hands in Buffalo. I used to just sit at the shows. I'm like, if it's a title match, ain't nothing gonna happen. And then eventually they started to change that a little bit. We became more of an A town when business is down. So. We fluctuate. 98 SummerSlam. Look at that. Yeah, 3 Survivor Series. Survivor Series 2002 might be one of the best pay-per-views, though.
I was there for that.
I just want to let people know. That's a great show. 2011. Yeah, I forgot they were there for that. Pro Wrestling Shoot.
I had tickets to SummerSlam 98, but guess what?
Didn't go?
I was on punishment.
Wow. How could you? Pro Wrestling Shoot was good. Derek in the house. Yo. What's good, Derek?
Guy, Derek. Appreciate you, man. Jesse, I see you too, bro.
McKinney in the house joining us at the last second. I'm here to talk wrestling with the live fire chat of the yin and the yang of Monday Clash of the Podcast. And to let y'all know, I'm energized with the power of Honolulu Blue and Silver Lions, baby. LFG. I don't even want to talk football. I can't. I'm tired of the wide rights. I'm tired of the excuses.
All I'm going to say is this, man. I predicted the Bills would win from preseason. I'm sad that I was wrong, but I'm more sad for you, Conrad. I'm sad for the Buffalo Bills Mafia. I will be rocking with the Lions for the rest of the way just because it will be nice to see them win. But I cannot believe the wide right again. Oh, my God.
It felt like they wanted to call that, though, didn't it? It hurt me. I was like, you guys, you're taking way too much joy in calling this.
Oh, they went in on the wide rights on the commentary.
Oh, yeah. And I felt bad for Bass, too. Like, I saw his stuff, his social media got deactivated, like his Instagram, instantly, because some of the comments were ridiculous.
This young man was doing his best. He didn't miss the kick on purpose. Let's be grown up and stop death threats and all this crap. It's really unfortunate when human beings don't act human, if that makes any sense.
Derek's still standing behind the conspiracy theory in the chat. You already know my prediction for the Super Bowl.
That Green Bay situation had me thinking about that, Derek. That Green Bay situation had me really twisted.
Mahomes is the new Brady of the Chiefs. Couch on 3, Conrad. Wow, 1, 2, 3 couch. Terrible. Allen sold on that 2nd and 9. Allen also threw a touchdown pass that should have been caught at the end of the game too. But I won't get into it because I'm not going to make excuses.
I will. Allen is a very good quarterback. Okay, the pass that he should have connected with in the back of the end zone, he had 600 pounds literally in his lap. Okay, so that was a throw that nobody could make with all that kind of pressure on him. And you know what? As much as I'm a huge fan of Stephon Diggs, that's a 45, 50-yard pass that he should have. That ball was right in his hand. So I do not.
That was a tough catch too, though. I'm giving Diggs the pass on that. That was a tough catch, covered, and he had to go up there and snatch it and grab it. But that's still a tough catch to make. I don't care who you are. You could be top tier. That's a tough catch.
The bottom line is the Chiefs won it. The Bills didn't give it away. Bass missed the field goal. I'm sad.
And if you ever wonder why I'm a wrestling fan, it's Royal Rumble season, baby, because that's what I say often during the playoffs. So let's talk some Royal Rumble, Sean. Let's start things off here. Royal Rumble, big card. I don't. Are you looking forward to the show? Let's talk that first before we get into this U.S. title match.
You can't not look forward to the Royal Rumble, right? I mean, it's two guys. Two winners of 2 matches that are going to determine the challenges for the main event of WrestleMania, which is really cool. I've gotten more and more intertwined in the women's match over the years. It's become as big as the men's. I'm really excited about that, and I think that you can't not be excited for the Royal Rumble.
It's the Rumble, like you said. It's probably, I love the Rumble, and I know some people say like Rumble's my favorite. I still like WrestleMania because of the drama that has gone into it, and you're at the culmination point of it all. At least that's how when we grew up. Like, this is this is it now. This is what you've waited for. Yeah, the Rumble's great. This is we don't know what's happening, but things are going to start taking shape. First matchup I got here from the WWE site, is for the United States Championship, Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens. The storyline going into this is about Kevin Owens' injured hand on the SmackDown side of things. Really haven't seen a lot of Logan Paul around besides to just hype up the match, maybe do some pre-tapes and interviews.
I'm over it already. He's starting to turn into like one of these celebrity, like, comes whenever he wants kind of guys. I hope Kevin Owens takes the title off him. I have serious doubts about that though.
I don't think that this is the plan yet. I'm more worried for Kevin Owens after this because I don't see the path. Like, what are you doing here? Like, where are you going to get to your WrestleMania moment? Or
It's gonna be tough. I mean, he'll probably be in the chamber and he'll probably lose. And it's right. I agree. There's not really a path to WrestleMania for him. I'm sure he'll be there. I hope it's not in one of those cleanup roles that we've seen in years past.
One could be forged, though.
Mm-hmm.
More on that tonight. Let's get into Sean. There really haven't been like the full match cards announced for this. Like, this is crazy to me.
Well, you have the United States title, you have the undisputed title, and you have 2 Royal Rumble matches. So probably going to get one more tonight.
Yeah, they're going to probably have to add one more. I'm guessing like maybe Rhea and Nia, maybe.
Rhea and Nia starting to be hyped up for WrestleMania, which we know is not true. So that because it's going to be Rhea versus Becky by all accounts. So maybe Rhea versus Nia at Elimination Chamber. I don't know what they're going to do. I honestly think that Rhea Ripley's going to lay back and see who wins the Royal Rumble, which is disappointing because I don't want to see her not wrestle on Saturday. But I don't really see you talking about path for KO to wrestle. I don't see a path to Rhea for Royal Rumble. I think the Nia thing's being hyped up for the next pay-per-view.
Unless they find a way to put Io in a match. But I'm looking, so that's a SmackDown match. Raw doesn't really have any matchups on this side of things. And well, like I said, we're going to get to the Seth stuff in a minute here because this is all going to kind of connect in a second. But let's look at this WWE Championship scene that we have here. So there's going to be a 4-way for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. Too many words, guys. For the WWE Championship.
Everyone's having trouble reading today. What's going on with us?
No, I'm fine. I just don't. There's too many U words. Undisputed, Universal, bro. It's the WWE Championship. Easy. Add that. I don't believe in my heart of hearts that any of these guys have a prayer in winning this. I feel like they didn't want to pin Orton. So who's gonna take the pin in this match?
AJ Styles.
They don't want none. That's just how I see this going in the end. Phenomenal forearm, big dog spear, and we take it home. That's just how I view this one going. I don't know how you feel about it.
It's laughable how obvious the winner of this match is going to be. I mean, Roman Reigns is clearly going to retain. It's actually disappointing, the match, honestly.
Yeah, but I think at this point there's nothing you can do to hype up Roman Reigns matches.
Yes, there is. You could have had it 1-on-1 with Randy Orton. I know they don't want to take a pin. Have a cultivating disqualification or cultivating count out. You don't have to sit up here and have him lose by getting pinned. But I think this Fatal 4-Way is a cop out, bro. I think it's a massive cop out. Nobody in their right mind thinks that AJ or LA Knight's going to win, and it's only a 10% chance that Randy Orton's going to win. This is comical.
More worried that it hurts LA Knight than anybody because he's once again not really doing much.
Right.
What is he doing?
Right.
You were better off having him in the Rumble and telling a story in there, or having him get eliminated. But I don't know. And
it's like, this is comical. It's comical how bad this is, and very predictable as well. But you're okay with predictable, right?
Oh no! Don't you? Is this the time? No.
I don't care, bro.
It can be.
Listen, I'm ready, bro. Like, I've been ready since last Wednesday.
I think that predictability is not bad. And I'm saying all the time, it's okay to have an unpredictable moment. It's okay to have like a Money in the Bank cash in. It's okay to have Rey Mysterio upset someone sometimes. That's not what I'm saying. It's fine. What I'm saying is when people are like, man, this pay-per-view sucked because it was so predictable. I'm like, you're a smart wrestling fan. That means if you could guess how the card was going to go, they were like, yeah, Yeah, that's exactly where we're going because we're heading this way in this direction. You can't just do stuff for the sake of doing it. I don't want Vince Russo like, tonight we're going to have Conan beat, who did you said Ric Flair and Rey Mysterio, for example. Let's have Rey Mysterio beat Ric Flair tonight. Why? What are you going to do after that? Then what? That's my question. When someone would say something unpredictable, okay, and then what? Are you going to actually capitalize on it or no?
It's the most close-minded thing I've ever heard you say, bro.
Go ahead. Listen, if you gotta tell a story with where you're going with it. Sometimes people
watch WWE every week and you see this ridiculous television that they're putting on, with the exception of maybe the last couple of weeks leading into WrestleMania, and you're gonna sit up here and tell me that predictability is okay? We went through 10 years of John Cena where John Cena was gonna win every single match, and when John Cena lost, he won the title back 3 weeks later. We've seen Roman Reigns hold on to the title for 3.5 years, and you're telling me predictability is okay? You sat up here and we talked about this right on this show. You had Zoe Stark challenge Rhea Ripley at the Survivor Series for the Women's Championship. What the hell is going on here?
That has to do with depth.
I don't care about that. I'm talking about putting together matches that's going to create riveting television. This is ridiculous. No, hold on a second. You asked me a question. You sit up here and talk about predictability being a part of the wrestling business, but at the end of the day, when I made a point on your show, Wednesday nights with Derek, EPW, every Wednesday night after AEW, you sit up here and literally make fun of me talking about how, oh, well, you know what, back in the WCW days, when they switched the title back and forth, at the end of the day, they won the war for 87, 89, 87, for whatever weeks. The debate goes back and forth about how many weeks. They won the debate. They won the war 84, let's just say 80 weeks in a row because of the unpredictability, matching in the NWO and the Luchadors as well. Ric Flair would lose the title to the Giant. The Giant would lose the title to the Macho Man. You're telling me that's not riveting television? Yes, they OD'd at the end. See, people get really caught up in this box of, oh, what about David Arquette? Nobody's talking about 2001 WCW. We're talking about the heyday of WCW. We're talking about the Giant versus Ric Flair on Nitro. We're talking about the Macho Man versus Hogan on Nitro. We're talking about Hogan versus the Giant on Nitro. We're talking about matches where you don't know what's going to happen, and you leave your television set or leave the arena being surprised. Oh my God, something actually happened that we didn't see happening. For once, Roman Reigns didn't spear somebody 3 times and win the match. For once, somebody didn't come out against Gunther and lose. Would it have been the worst thing in the world for The Miz to upset Gunther at Survivor Series? No. But, ask you though, and it's ridiculous. Oh, why would Gunther lose the title to The Miz?
Out. Yes. Can I respond back now? No, because I have a good response to this. Because you haven't built these people up. That's why Raw's bad. It's not because of predictability. You know who you want to have be the champions no matter what at the end of the day. Triple H has his people. That's always going to be in pro wrestling. Vince McMahon has his people. Gomez, excuse me, I gave him too much respect. They have their people, bro. But when you don't have a roster that is capable of making me believe that you're going to win, that's the real issue. It has nothing to do with being predictable. The predictability is what makes surprising moments actually happen. If you didn't have that, how would you get surprising moments? You would just randomly do stuff just to have it happen. Let's have Crowbar tonight win the U.S. title. Why?
You're being sarcastic now, bro.
Sarcastic.
Go ahead.
No, let me finish, though. It has to do with character work. When the Giant faced Ric Flair, you know why that was believable? Ric Flair really didn't sound like he had a chance. He went in, he was the world champ. He put the figure 4 on. Giant grabbed him. I remember the whole match. Green tights, yellow boots. Picked him up, slammed him down. 1, 2, 3. I'm the world champ now. That worked because you had 2 believable characters in there. That's when you can do this. You can't tell me that all of a sudden, guys, we're taking the Miz serious this week. Let's put the title on him. Or if Jinder Mahal would have won last week, that would have shocked me.
That's taking it to the extreme.
It's any match, Sean. Anybody can win. You can convince me why someone can win. You could be like, you know what? No one's going to see this coming. Like when he beat Randy Orton. Did you see it coming that night? I certainly didn't.
No.
That was bad to me. I was just like, that's bad.
There comes a point when you have to open up your mind and start realizing that the same crap every single week is not going to work, okay? It's so disappointing to sit up here and see a match get announced a month in advance, and you know what's going to happen as soon as the match is announced. I mean, what are we doing here, Conrad? What are we doing here?
I guess that's what I'm saying my issue is. My issue is you don't have enough built into these characters to make me or you care. You mentioned the Zoe Starks match. Perfect example. Who is Zoe Starks? Why should we care? Does Zoe Starks really have a chance at beating Rhea Ripley? No, not at all. That's an issue. But that's up to you to develop characters. That's how I see it. Like, you have to do a better job at thinning out a roster and putting people in the spots where they're believable in.
Let me ask you this question, Conrad. Let me ask you this question. Is it a good thing? Is it a good thing that we've seen Cody versus Roman Reigns coming for the last year? Is that a good thing?
It can be. It can be. It depends. Sean, let me say this. Do you believe that Cody is a draw in WWE as a business person right now?
Or just say anything otherwise.
But that's why I'm saying, okay, that's what WWE is seeing. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Let's get there and tell the story. My issue is, but you can't have Roman off TV for all this time. How many times has he wrestled since WrestleMania?
Well, I know he has the least title defense.
5?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Like, yeah, you can't just have people not on TV for that.
But here's my thing, and I think we're somewhat on the same page. My thing is this, and then I'll move on, man. At the end of the day, when you look at WrestleMania's landscape for the past 365 days, or 300 days, we've known Cody's going to be in the main event since day one, right? But at the same time, and I'm glad I was wrong about this, the only thing that made this situation for WrestleMania 40 interesting was what I was wrong about. The Rock actually came back. That's the only thing that's made this thing interesting. For the first time since April of 2023, we actually are not sure what the main event of WrestleMania is going to be. Thank God I was wrong. I'm actually happy I was wrong about The Rock coming back, because now at least there's somewhat of a question mark about what's going to happen.
And once again, Roman has mowed down everybody. What does that do for the rest of your roster? What does that do? To me, that's what the issue is the build up to it and everything. And I'll save the WrestleMania talk because we're going to be talking about this for weeks and weeks and weeks. I'll leave it where it is. I'll stand on this, Sean. You can have surprises and things like that. What I'm saying is you can't say predictability is bad on every pay-per-view. If you go on Twitter, someone will say, oh, this was so predictable on every show. And I'm just like, guys, predictability is not always bad. Sometimes you have to do these things to tell a story or tell whatever story that they're trying to tell or get to with the next person, which I'm fine with. Like you said, the Cody thing, it's added some intrigue, but what's added intrigue to you has added heartache to others. There are people who are Cody Rhodes fans in the chat who have expressed to me, they're like, dude, how could they do this to this guy?
I know Jesse from PWS is sick right now. We'll talk about that on Thursday.
Yeah. Thursday at...
I'm even trying to...
Nope, you got to chill. Now you got to chill.
Thursday night, 8:05, Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. Make sure you meet myself, Conrad, Jesse from PWS, and my good friend, wrestling historian Crystal, over on my channel for a Royal Rumble preview of 2024, as well as a retrospective of Royal Rumbles going by. It's going to be an epic show, and one of my viewers, courtesy of Triller TV, is going to get a code to watch the Wrestling Revolver pay-per-view on the Triller website, absolutely free that very same night. So make sure you meet us over on the Hubbard Wrestling Weekly channel, Thursday night, 8:05 p.m.
Yeah. And I see people are in here talking about it. I'm going to keep going here because we got to get into this Royal Rumble thing here. We're good on the Roman talk. Do we really need... I don't have anything else to say about this. Let's talk. No, that's fine. That's fine. Listen, we're fired up about this. Royal Rumble matches. I don't have a graphic. We don't know who's even in a lot of these matches. Maybe that's how they want it to be. I'm sure there'll be a surprise or two in each. Mm-hmm. Women's first or men's? I'll let you decide.
No, we go women's first.
Ladies first, right? So, how are you feeling going into this one? I see this one has a few possible winners as well. Mm-hmm.
While you're gathering your thoughts, I will say that the good part about the Elimination Chamber is the fact that the Royal Rumble is no longer a complete foregone conclusion. So there's a little bit of discrepancy about who might win. Under normal circumstances, I think that Becky Lynch would be a slam dunk, but I'm not 100% sure at this point.
Interesting. For the Women's Rumble, who's your favorite right now going into it?
I think the favorite is 100% Becky Lynch, but I'm gonna go outside the green, outside of the norm of possibility. I'm gonna say Bayley wins.
Really? I feel the same way as you. If you would have asked me 2 months ago who do I think's winning, I would have said Becky Lynch versus Rhea. But that seems so obvious now, and that's the way that you can go. Instead, I really think that you could have Bayley win this. Bayley's the one horsewoman who never had the opportunity to or I'm lying because Mercedes never won one. But she's the last one who's still there who hasn't won it. She's kind of been a loyal soldier the whole time, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to get into the Mercedes stuff. But you could tell a story here with that. You could do that. And you're seeing little shades of it on SmackDown when she's in the match. She was like, how come y'all didn't help me? There were 4 or 5 of them on the outside and nobody stopped her opponent. And she said, why didn't you guys help me?
Well, the demise of the relationship between Bayley and Damage Control is obviously inevitable. That's predictable. How they do it is going to make it better. Like, I'm hoping that Bayley wins the Rumble. I'm hoping that in Io's mind, it's always going to be a situation where there's never any doubt that she's going to challenge Rhea, and then Bayley pulls the rug out from under him. I've always said that I think Dakota's the ringleader.
So you think Dakota's the one then who becomes the mouthpiece afterwards when she's ready to return?
I think Dakota's planted the seed, and I think she's going to be the leader after WrestleMania.
Interesting. Any surprises coming into this?
If you want to call it a surprise, I'd say Trish. Jade Cargill, I think, is going to make her debut. Naomi's iffy because I think she still has dates that she needs to fulfill for Impact or TNA.
I think she's done now, but they're not going to air until later.
Okay, but I'd say the easy money would be on Trish and Jade Cargill and an outside chance of Naomi. There's also an outside chance of Mercedes Moné, which would shock the wrestling world, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been hearing more rumors that she's leaning towards AEW, but I've also heard that those rumors were started by another company that wasn't AEW. So we'll see what happens with it. It's the game of Where's Waldo right now. Exactly. So I'll agree with you. I'm going to throw another name out there, though, that I can see as a return. I wouldn't mind seeing AJ Lee make her return, even if it's just a surprise appearance. I was just talking with Casey earlier. We were talking about I was like, oh, what's one of your favorite Rumbles? And he mentioned 02. You know why I like that one at the end? Do you remember the last 3 people in it?
Well, Perfect was one of the last 3, right? No, it was
Look at you. Yeah. Mr. Perfect, Kurt Angle, and Triple H. But it was cool to see somebody return. And I was like, he's in the final 3, bro. What if they just change it? They're like, yo, Mr. Perfect, you're going. It starts messing with your mind a little bit.
It does.
See, and that's okay. That's what the Rumble's for. You can do those types of things. I think AJ would be a fun person just to have in there. I don't know if we see Lita. Maybe I'm expecting Michelle McCool at this point. She shows up every year.
Yeah, at this point. Exactly. And we know that Undertaker's going to be in Tampa for his stand-up.
Yeah, and Kelly wouldn't surprise me if I hear the holla, holla, the theme song. Yeah. Yeah. Some people just,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they're going to have to find people for this. And hopefully they do that. Maybe Mickie James even.
Yeah, sounds logical.
Give us some shout outs to the chat to people who haven't said much in here. No Lara says, I got Bayley winning the Women's Rumble, and men's is between Punk and Cody. Those are smart choices. Chris says Naomi returning.
Hey, Crystal, what's going on?
Thursday. Make sure you head to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. Channel's in the description.
Excited to see you over here. We'll see you Thursday. I'll see you Wednesday. Actually.
Yes. Let's see here. Someone said Jacqueline. I'll take Jacqueline. Nothing wrong with that. Jade. How confident are you on Jade? You said Jade shows up.
Yeah, I'm 90% because you can't. How much longer are you going to keep her on the shelf? She has to at least make her debut.
Yeah. Renegade L2K said Vince's favorite Jacqueline will be in. I know what podcast you listen to. Knock it off. Knock it off. AJ Lee, yes, I agree. Cora Jade. Oh, no, not Cora Jade. We're talking about Jade Cargill.
Mm-hmm.
None of that. Undertaker attacking Maven in 02 was goated. That popcorn, I'll never look at the popcorn things in those dispensers the same again after he did that to him. Maven was my guy, bro. I don't know if I ever told you. I have a lot of disappointing people that I loved. Like, I was like, that was my dude. Maven had a great drop kick. I was like, come on, give it to Maven, man.
You want to hear
Maven gets it.
Unfortunately, many years ago, 1999, I hitched my wagon to one Hardy Boy. I hitched my wagon. Do you know which one I picked?
Please tell me not the one with rainbow hair.
I picked Matt. I said that guy is gonna be world champion, and it turned out it was Jeff. I love Jeff.
I still think Matt was always the one who I would have got behind more too, though. I thought he was better in ring, more crisp. He understood things. I would have trusted Matt more than Jeff, but Jeff, they loved him. He had the Ultimate Warrior effect. I could not explain why they loved him.
They loved him so much. I love Jeff too. We all love Jeff, but it's like,
bro, I was there when he won the world title for the first time.
I know you were.
And it was crazy. It was crazy. Oh my goodness! Please don't mention that chair shot, Vinny. Please don't mention that chair shot. Oh, Sir Quills is saying Tiffany Stratton.
Well, he's saying that Quilly is saying that she's going to show up. I agree. I think that's actually a very smart pick on Quilly's part to say that she's going to show up. I don't think she wins, but I think she'll definitely part because NXT is going to be represented. Sure.
Yeah, I would love to see her pop up and just see what she can do in there. By the way, everybody, I do have a Nightbot in here. Just letting everybody know we have a Discord channel. If you guys want to, feel free to check it out. I can also put in cool things like this one as well that'll pop up here in a second. And we mentioned Sean's channel. If you guys do want to subscribe to it, there it is right there from the Nightbot. Subscribe to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. That'll be the channel that we'll be on. So there it is. I forgot I did that this week. My brain just kicked on.
Hook me up and hit that subscribe button over on my channel, man.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got a lot of people. McKinney saying Becky wins the Rumble and challenges Rhea. And it's weird now because everybody, I feel like since they did the brand split, you'll always have two Rumble winners in your mind. So either one, I'm not surprised. But I think it's Becky, Rhea, and Bayley versus Io are the matches for Mania.
100.
I know Conrad won't like this, but I can see Clueless R-Truth trying to enter the Women's Rumble. No.
That's on me.
Molly Holly.
Yeah.
Yes. Bring Mighty Molly. Bring that back. Here, what up, E? Welcome E to the chat. Here he comes. World Champion Enabler. Someone said Ava Rain. That would be a surprise, Mike.
If you smell.
NXT champion Lyra Valkyria appears in the Rumble. She could.
Yeah, they always give the NXT Women's Champion a shot.
Yeah. Renegade L2K said they could create a double winner for the Women's Rumble. Little Brett Lex, another Rumble that I like a lot. I just have certain ones I'm like, I like that Rumble a lot. Most people don't. Final Four, this is how you know, because I'll remember a lot of stuff from it. Who are the Final Four from the 94 Royal Rumble, Sean? Pop quiz. We're doing it right now. Can you remember the Final Four?
Lex, Brett, Fatu, and HBK.
See? Look at our minds. Ask me who was the Final Four last year. I don't know.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. It's tough. It's tougher to think about. It's right. That's true.
Right? Pawn, what's good, Pawn? Appreciate you coming in here, man. XGW fam. All love. Appreciate you. Roxanne Perez. Listen, you guys got a lot. Who's Repo Man? I love me a good Repo Man, but
AKA
Smash from Demolition.
There you go.
Also the Black Top Bully.
Oh my God. That's true.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're full of old school pro wrestling knowledge here on Clash. Clash, you can get some good stuff out of us if you guys want it.
Team mid to late 80s in the building.
Yeah, and I know someone did mention Cora Jade. I didn't want to make light of it. Cora Jade is out possibly with an injury from a NXT house show. I won't get into the speculations as to the reasons why, but we will send our wishes to Cora Jade and anyone else who is injured right now. Get well.
Yeah, for real, man. Because she was on the comeback trail. She was going to take over.
She just got back, it felt like, and then it goes down again. Let's get to the other Rumble. This one's going to spark some controversy, and we just sent well wishes to Cora Jade here, so you guys don't think that I'm messing around with you. I took this from Bleacher Report. World Heavyweight Champion also suffered a partially torn meniscus on Monday Night Raw from Fightful. Seth Rollins is going to address all of this tonight. Did you happen to catch the match with Jinder Mahal, Sean, or were you?
Unfortunately, I mean, I saw it afterwards. I didn't watch Raw live. You know that.
Yeah. But Seth's out, and I remember seeing Bully Ray was the first one I saw tweet something, and he said, "Uh-oh, I hope it's not what I think it is with Seth." And I was like,
"Well, allow me to put on. I mean, I am a therapist, but that's not a doctor. But I'm gonna put on my doctor hat. Don't confuse, for anybody out there. I know Conrad, you're up on this. Don't confuse an MCL for an ACL. An ACL is the catastrophic injury that will definitely have you out 6 to 8 months. An MCL, there's 3 different kinds of MCL injuries. There's a 1-grade strain that can have you out 2 to 4 weeks. There's a 2nd-grade strain that can have you out 4 to 6 weeks. And there's a 3rd-grade strain or 3rd-grade rip or tear that can have you out for 8 to 12 weeks. We don't know what Seth Rollins is going to say. Seth Rollins, I think WWE is smart enough to know that the whole world has heard about this injury. Seth Rollins could say he'll be back and ready to go by WrestleMania. So I want to let you guys know the MCL injury is not as catastrophic as an ACL. There is a chance he is going to be out for an extended amount of time. There's no question about that. I'm not trying to, put you guys in a position to think, oh, Seth is fine. No, he's hurt. And if you have a severe enough MCL tear, you will be out for 3 months. But hopefully it's not one of those situations where he'll be out for 3 months. You can come back in 6 to 8 weeks from a torn MCL. That is very possible. That's a little education for you guys.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I just don't know how this
open comment, which leaves the door open to
for other people, like you said.
Right.
We have the Money in the Bank briefcase that's floating around. You have the Royal Rumble. We mentioned 1992 Royal Rumble with a tear in my eye. You could put the title on the line in the Rumble. There's a lot of different things you can do. And I know Doug mentioned in the chat that he had an idea earlier. And shout out to Terrell. I see that you have joined us as well. Thank you, brother. What do you think? What do you think is the best course of action right now? First off, is Seth going to say he's giving up the title tonight? Or do you think Seth's like, nope, I'm fighting through this and I'm getting that match with Punk by hook or by crook? Here's the issue, though. Little caveat before you answer.
Sure.
If he goes away, isn't he doing the same thing that he's complaining about with Punk? Like, I feel like it hurts the argument a little bit, or does it just help Punk and that could wash both things away? Like, you're the fighting champion who's not here.
Fighting champion. I think to answer your question, no, I don't think anything's gonna happen, Conrad. Seth, look, and I could in about an hour and a half, I could be proven very wrong, but I think Seth's going to make it. If you guys recall, a few years back, Seth had the same situation pop up going into his match with Triple H at WrestleMania. Same thing. Torn MCL. Same exact thing. Not a knee sprain, not an ankle broken. Seth Rollins had a torn meniscus going into WrestleMania 33, and he made it. I think Seth Rollins is going to make it to Mania. I really, really do. I don't think it's too obvious for him to come out and forfeit the title. I don't think that's what's going to happen.
But how do you get him away from the championship for now? What I'm saying is you have the option. Maybe Priest wasn't going to win. Do you just say, Priest, go grab the belt and hold on to it, and then when Seth comes back, he's going to face you, beat you, and then we're going to get to the same match?
Well, I love that idea, and I think the only way you make that work, I think Seth comes out tonight, and I think that Priest cashes in and takes the title from him tonight.
To me, if he can go long enough to do that, it's an option.
Let me even put some polish on my prediction. Which I'm probably going to be wrong about because they have totally butchered this Money in the Bank situation. Can we agree on that?
I am not a fan of the Money in the Bank as much as I think it's a played out gimmick. Once again, you know what I mean? Like we were talking about surprises earlier. Is it really a surprise when the champ's down now and you know someone's got it? You're like, are you coming? No, maybe. Or when the champ's down and you're like, why is it Damian Priest coming out in this situation? He's down. He's out.
Great point by Chris. Counterpoint to what I said about Seth's same injury from 33. You're right. Same injury, but different age. I agree with you, Crystal. That's a good point, but I still think he'll be healthy enough. But let's say he's not. I say he comes out. The key, though, it's all about programming, right? Take this ride with me, Conrad. If the Seth announcement is before, now follow me on this. This is something to look out for, chat. If the Seth announcement on the Monday Night Raw card tonight comes before Priest's match with Drew McIntyre, that means that Seth is not going to get cashed in on. But if Drew and Priest face each other before, did I say before or did I say after?
Before.
Okay, so let me reverse that. If Seth's announcement if he comes out after is what I meant to say, after Priest and Drew, I would say that Priest is going to cash in. It's all about the way the show is going to end up. Now, is Seth opening Monday Night Raw? I don't know. Because if Seth is opening Monday Night Raw, I think the likelihood of a cash in is a little bit less because we're going to see Priest later in the night. What's Priest going to do? Come out as champion later in the night? That doesn't make any sense. But let me stay on task here. Seth Rollins is... An MCL does not count him out of WrestleMania. I'm just telling you guys, an MCL does not count him out of WrestleMania. I think everybody's really jumping the gun on this.
I believe you, but I think it's a scary thing too, because it could mean no, he's done. Because how do you build towards that? If you're doing, listen, you got to throw all the cards on the table for WrestleMania. If you're already doing Rock and Roman, and Rock's not going to be there a lot of the time, you don't want both your world title matches where it's like, well, they're not going to be there either. So see you at WrestleMania. See you in Philadelphia with a cheesesteak. Like, you can't do that, I don't think. Like, it's just going to be tough. But who's going to carry the load? Logan Paul, who's never there? You get what I'm saying? You're running into an issue now. Roman's never there. Who's going to promo these shows? Who's going to give you stuff?
What you're doing is asking another question without asking it. And I'm going to ask it to you and I'm going to flip it on you. If Seth Rollins' doctor comes to you and says, Seth will be good by April 6th, but he can't do anything beforehand, are you, owner of WWE, stripping him of the title? That's the question.
I got to know the other plans.
While you think, let me repeat that question again. You are the decision maker of World Wrestling Entertainment. Seth's doctor report has let you know that he will be able to wrestle and wrestle perfectly fine at WrestleMania 40, but only contingent on the fact that he cannot wrestle any time before then. Are you stripping him of the title?
No. I just don't think that there's a bigger match that you can do for that championship than the one that it appears they're setting up towards.
So that answers your question, brother. You just answered it right there. If Seth has a clean bill of health, as long as he takes a rest between now, that goes back to what you were saying a second ago, Conrad. You were like, what are you going to do if he's not? It doesn't. If he's able to go by Mania, they will make it work.
Got to make it work. I'm just worried about build.
Yeah.
Selling. What's Raw going to be like if is Punk really full time? Did they say Punk will hire you, but I don't want you around all the time because we know what happened in the other places and we know how you can get. I don't know. I don't know what the situations are going to be. The chat is going wild right now. Seth Rollins is not going to relinquish the title, Quill says. Someone said interim champ take one out of TK's book. No, do not do that. Interesting. Seth Strip, same thing, different age. I'm just trying to catch everybody in here. We don't know Seth Rollins' injury status. Plus, he's older. We don't know. There isn't other things going on with him. Yeah, because someone said it might be. So, Sean, let me get your information or background on this. What if it is the MCL? You said, right? I am not sciencey. Like, I'm the last person. I do business, not this stuff. So MCL's torn. What about the meniscus as well? Because that was the other rumor that's hurt.
Damaged. The meniscus has been damaged. I've done a lot of research on this. I've done a lot of homework on this. I never like to speak without knowing what I'm talking about. The meniscus is still a question mark at this particular point in time. The MCL has been torn. It has not been revealed. That's why I think there's a lot of intrigue about what Seth Rollins' announcement is going to be tonight, because it has not been revealed how bad the MCL tear is. Like I just explained to you guys earlier, there's different types of MCL tears. There's MCL tears where you can be back healthy in 3 weeks. That's going to be the determination. All we know is that his MCL has been torn. So that's what we have to go on.
Interesting. McKinney says if Roman can miss shows and not be seen, then there's nothing wrong with him being a champion privilege. So can Seth. I wouldn't be upset with him being hidden. But remember, though, his argument was that he's always been around and Punk isn't. Now it's the opposite. Now Punk's around. Where are you? But maybe that'll just give Punk something to talk about because they can make it work. Mm-hmm. Let me see here. By the way, if you put ! champ in the chat, you can become the 24/7 champion, just so you guys are aware. You got until the end of the stream. That's all I'm going to tell you guys, and I don't want to hear nothing about it after. Rob said, what happened to the 30-day title defense rule? That's been gone for a while. Big Dog said, nah, I don't do that.
God rest his soul. Jack Tunney ain't here no more. God rest his soul.
You will defend that championship this Monday in Hartford at the Civic Center.
In Hartford. Yeah, that's exactly how we would sound, dude.
Yo, touche. Yeah, touche. Sean was on point, especially WrestleMania 40, Chris says. Yes. I wouldn't be surprised if Heyman shows up and asks the title from Seth to stir the pot. You could. I mean, that's where you could throw some things in there just to like, well, maybe we're going this way. Maybe we're not. Let's see. Mess around with it, man.
I'm going to go on record and saying I do not think he's going to get stripped of the title.
I hope not.
I think he might lose the title. The priest factor is definitely a thing. But as far as him coming out and relinquishing or getting stripped, I just don't believe that that's what's going to happen. We've had this before.
Right? Let me see here.
Let me ask you a question, Conrad. I need your expertise on this one. I don't think I ever recall, and I hope it never does happen for the benefit of wrestling fans all over the world, but let's go back to 1989, right? Let's just take this ride with me. Let's go back to 1989. Chat, take this ride with me. The Macho Man Randy Savage is about to defend the championship against Hulk Hogan. At a random Hartford Civic Center house show, Hulk Hogan tears his ACL 2 weeks before WrestleMania. What the heck do you do? The reason I'm bringing this up is because Seth Rollins, there's a little bit of a question mark about Seth Rollins because we have about 8 weeks. What happens if this happened 2 weeks before the show? What do you do?
What's the one-man gang doing out here?
Right.
I got nothing. I don't know what you do.
It's crazy, right, to think about that. What would happen if, it's crazy to think about, because I don't think I've ever seen something like that happen. Only thing I've ever heard about, they had, I know you've heard this story. Chad, I know you heard this story, and then we'll move on. Pretty Paul Roma. Oh, my God, that's his partner from 90s. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff was on standby if Andre didn't want to wrestle at WrestleMania 3. Did you hear that?
I have heard that story before.
So it's like, what the heck would have happened if the Ultimate Warrior tore a pectoral muscle 1 week before the Skydome?
I think they would switch the Savage match or something. They would switch it around and do that instead.
Okay, I was just like, because we're talking about, thank God Seth has 6 weeks. Thank God.
I got people, I was 14 years old, but continue.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hey, it's just kind of something to think about. But look, I bring that up to make a little bit of a joke to say, thank God Seth Rollins has 6 or 7 weeks to get healthy. I just hope it's not anything catastrophic.
Yeah, same. So let's get back to the Rumble portion of this, though, because that will play into all of this, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, you got the pen. What are we doing for this Royal Rumble? Let's surprise this first. Let's get this out the way before we make our predictions. Who are some surprises you'd like to see in this year? I'm going to say the same people I always say.
I mean, look, I'm always a big fan of Booker T coming out. If Kevin Nash is healthy, I have no problem hearing the diesel horns, but I think he's a little bit past that now. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, he can't be in there very long, but if he was out there, that wouldn't be a problem for me. Legitimate surprises?
You know who I want to see? I would love to see Sean Waltman come out as the 1-2-3 kid one time. I don't know if he can still. I think he can still go. But imagine someone hearing that and like, oh, it's number 3. 1, 2, 3. Let him go out there and do the kicks, the spin kicks. I would go crazy for it.
No, you make a lot of sense. That would be a lot of fun too. Legitimately, I think we're talking about Booker T. Legitimately, I think we're talking about John Bradshaw Layfield. I think he's not beyond maybe making an appearance. Obviously, some NXT guys. A big surprise would be Big E, but I don't know if he's been cleared.
Yeah, Big E's still playing the. Yeah, I'm still waiting to see what doctors say. He's never going to tell you, I don't think, until he's going to do it. But I think we'll see Big E wrestle one day. I don't know if it's this year at all, but I think one day he'll get back in there for the right match.
And obviously, Conrad, you have the elephant in the room, which is Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Cut it out.
You never know.
If MJF pops up, Tony Khan is getting clowned next week on this podcast. Oh, yeah. Like, that might be the entire show. Yep. Just me and Sean dogging him, making fun of him the whole time.
Agreed.
I'm going to throw another name out there. The Masterpiece, Chris Masters. I know he's in NWA, but if you could get him to make an appearance, cut the hair down. The dude looks like $1 million. Tell him to get rid of the Shawn Michaels inspired gear.
He's still in shape.
Yeah, let him go out there. I think Chris Masters would be fantastic. To just as a surprise, him and Carlito in the ring at the same time, like, yo, what are you doing here? You know,
that'd be dope. Maybe Matt Cardona.
I like Matt Cardona. Casey, when we were talking earlier, he mentioned him too. He said, imagine Matt Cardona in the Mr. Perfect role from 2002. Like, he's in the finals. Like, is Zack Ryder going to possibly win this? The guy who used to be Zack Ryder, you could tease it at least.
Yeah, no doubt. I see. Well, we're going to have some surprises always, but I think I see what I saw.
He said Brutus brother Beefcake would have got the Mania match.
Emily is no, but you know what? Hogan was that much of a politician that he probably would do some crap like that.
Nasty Boy Knobs in the main event of WrestleMania 6, baby.
And you know, and we should also give, like, just because I brought that little random example up, we should give Shawn Michaels a lot of credit for 14, bro. Shawn Michaels in 1998 could barely walk, and he made it to WrestleMania somehow.
Depends on what theory you subscribe to as well.
Right, that's true too.
Some people say he was faking it, but I don't. He looked like he was in pain in that match to me.
Yeah.
I got Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov being thrown out here. Rock would lose to Roman before Cena loses to the trademark. You do an angle where you see the champ getting beat down and injured to save the match, turning into a blood feud, and then you have to strip the champ due to his injury, book it. That is another possibility to have Punk or whomever's going to go against him turn heel.
But I mean, yeah, you'd have to have Punk turn heel. You ready to do that already?
I'm
not mad at it. I'm just saying, you ready to turn
circumstances like this may ask for a pivot.
Okay.
Is all I'm saying.
Okay.
You may have to. I don't think Big E will be cleared. Is Kofi doing his foolish Rumble save, or is that old news? I think that was a Vince-ism.
And I think last year kind of messed everything up.
Yeah, I think Kofi hasn't hit it well in like the last 2 or 3 Rumbles, so stop doing that is my opinion on it. Booker, Nash, JBL, why you raiding the old folks home? They can still go out there. It's a Rumble. They can do it. They'll be all right. I don't want to see like 6 of them. Like, what was it, 11? That was when they had the 40 though. So you had to fill that in.
Guys, yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear Michael Cole getting up from the announce desk. Like, please.
The biggest Royal Rumble ever. What a terrible Rumble that was. My God.
I wasn't a fan of that one. He said I'm just playing. We know E.
Okay.
E. Everything with you is a little slice of sarcasm. We know, brother. We know. Please don't have Punk at 30 like they did Cody. Someone said with Jack Dempsey.
I agree. Having Cody at 30 last year was annoying.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. Do you see him being the Iron Man this year? Is Cody like he can start at 1?
I actually predict Cody's going to be number 1. Yeah.
Okay. Braun Breaker, I see. Mark Jindrak. I have not heard that name in a minute.
He's still in shape. I've seen him recently.
Someone said Okada. We're going to talk about him momentarily. Could you see Okada just say, let's try it out tonight. Let's see what it's like.
Maybe.
If I hear them coins drop, I'm going to lose it. They got to hobble down that long ramp, CJ. Now they'll have the cart. They'll have the cart at that point for him. Marty Jannetty. Oh, Lordy. Look at this. Trick Williams. I second Mark Jindrak. We got Mark Jindrak fans now. Sean, who's winning the Royal Rumble, man? To me, the favorite's got to be Punk, Cody. What do you do in this situation? Now, we've got some questionable... Or does maybe Dwayne flies in on the private jet and he's like, I can help you guys out. We know what the guarantee is, so let's just do that. I don't think Rock would do that if he's smart. That's me talking.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
You think Rock's going to show up, hop out the limo?
I think The Rock is going to. I hate to say it. I think.
Where's the Rumble? Florida? Does Rock live there? He probably has a house there.
Rock is in it. I think The Rock is going to win the Royal Rumble. I can't say that with a straight face, but I'm dead serious.
Bro, he's got to be number 30. Did you see what happened with him and Jinder? That brother was like, "Yo, this is rough."
The Rock. I hate to say it, but I think CM Punk. I think CM Punk gets the Mania, but I don't think he gets there because of the Royal Rumble. I think The Rock is going to steal it. I really do.
Oh, man. Someone said Ricky Starks. I don't see Ricky leaving yet.
And what better way to have a part-timer who doesn't want to show up every once in a while get to Mania? All he has to do is win the Royal Rumble. He can show up 3 times between now and April.
In the chat said he'll lose it if Okada comes out. Does a woman join the men's Rumble? You could if you wanted to, but I don't see anybody who would. Great Khali, no. I hope, please, no Great Khali, please. Number 30, The Rock. Sean will lose it. I don't know. I don't think they do that. Foley, I don't see Foley getting back in the ring anymore. Ty Dillinger, I did see him teasing. Maybe he comes out at 10. How many times are you gonna have him come out at 10 though?
Him coming out at 10 is awesome. Absolutely awesome.
It works with his gimmick, but we've done it a bunch of times.
I'm telling you, man. The Rock's gonna steal it.
Oh, man. I am going to stay true to my prediction, and I'm going to go with CM Punk still finds a way to win it because I think he's getting the world title shot no matter whom is the champion. In the scenario, like I said, if it's Seth, it's going to be Seth. But if any situation comes and arises from it, he can wiggle out of this, and he can try to make this win.
Brother, you're forgetting the fact that CM Punk might be champion by the time we get to WrestleMania. This new development with Seth Rollins, I predicted Seth Rollins is going to make it, but there's no guarantee. If Seth Rollins can't make it, I think CM Punk's going to be defending the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know. They might put the belt on the line in the Rumble. They might vacate it tonight, say there will be a tournament held every Monday after this. And then some people may ask, well, what if a SmackDown guy wins it? Well, what draft? # what draft, as I always say. And they can figure it out.
If we find out tonight, Conrad, and I think I'm preaching to the choir, if we find out tonight that the title is vacated and it's going to be defended in the Royal Rumble, then The Rock's not going to be in the Royal Rumble. That we can eliminate The Rock. If the World Heavyweight Championship's on the line, The Rock's not going to be in the Royal Rumble. But
the Rock sees that title on the line, he's like,
Exactly. But and a matter of fact, I will change my prediction. Can I have a caveat in my prediction for the Royal Rumble? Can I have that? All right. If by some hook or crook, we're really stretching the envelope here. If the World Heavyweight Championship is vacated and is on the line at the Royal Rumble, CM Punk will win the Royal Rumble. If there is no title on the line at the Royal Rumble, The Rock is going to win the Royal Rumble. Those are my 2 caveats.
Okay.
Is that fair?
It's fair. It's fair. Some people are throwing up the alternative of Punk versus Cody. I don't know. They are having hold on. This is going to help us transition. We've made our predictions, right? We can transition into what's happening on Raw. Punk is going to be facing off tonight with Cody. That's kind of the big, we're both going to be on Raw.
But that was in place before the Seth Rollins situation.
But if you're like, well, Seth's not going to be there, we can kick Cody out of that other match and then put Rock in this match. I don't know if that's another, but it's not the story.
I was right about Cody not finishing the story. That's all I know. Because the World Heavyweight Championship.
My story was the World Heavyweight Championship.
No. He is not getting away with that crap. You are not going to change. If Cody changed the narrative and says, this was the belt I wanted all along, you are a liar, Cody Rhodes.
Oh, man.
The only way he finishes the story is if he defeats Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Universal Championship. And that is not going to happen.
It's going to be rough. You got Punk Cody. You got Rollins talking tonight. Other matches on Raw for anybody who wants to. Ivy Nile versus Valhalla. Don't look at the feet. We got Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz.
What a card.
Do the right thing.
What a card.
Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. McIntyre's another name I've heard that could slot into there, some people are saying. But I also read today that Drew McIntyre still has not signed a contract.
Yeah, McIntyre doesn't win Royal Rumbles unless there's no fans.
Wow. I feel bad for him. I liked him during that run.
And I don't say that often. You're my brother. I love you, man. But shut up. It is what it is.
I know, but that sucked. That was just bad timing.
Yeah, it does suck, but at the same time, you can't.
No, you know why? I was a victim of that too. I was supposed to go to AEW that week. I was PO'd that happened. I was supposed to see.
Oh my God,
Brody Lee debut.
I've heard people like you and many. They should have given Drew another run when the fans came back. No.
Whoa! I didn't say all that.
That's what you said. That is exactly what you said. I'll quote you exactly. You said it would have been nice if they gave him one more run when the fans came back.
Yeah, well, you can't. So wait a minute. Drew was good enough to be the champ through most of the pandemic. Then he just turned into doo-doo. Like the people are back. Get out of here.
That, but we can't make alterations because of what you can't alter the course of history.
No. Let him earn it. But I think Drew can earn it. I just don't know if we'll ever get babyface Drew as over as he was at that time. I don't think it'll happen.
And that's the key. Let me tell you something. I'm saying this with all sincerity. I'm not even joking around anymore. He's fortunate that he got the Royal Rumble in front of the fans because the pandemic hit not long after that. He's fortunate. I feel bad for him. WrestleMania 36 was his moment, but we can't just go back and recreate history.
Yeah, it's just I hate watching it back, like with the empty arena. They dimmed down the lights to put.
I admit it sucked.
Yeah, and then he did that match after with Big Show. Shout out to Dave.
Well, the Big Show thing will never make any sense. Yeah. Like, for what? That doesn't make any. I still can't understand that.
Pro Wrestler Shoot getting mad in the chat. I'm just letting you. Hey, we're just throwing scenarios out there, brother. We just throwing scenarios.
CWS, Jesse, we're gonna talk on Thursday. All right, me, you, Crystal, and Conrad. We're gonna talk about this a lot. That's a little bit of a teaser for everybody. We're gonna talk about this Cody Rhodes situation, bro.
Oh, that'd be a good. Yes. Put him in there one time. Let me hear Maven's theme. One drop kick elimination for me. That's all I need.
Jesse, it's not gonna happen, bro. And I'm not saying he's saying we're fighting on Thursday. I hear you, Chris. Listen, I'm telling you, man. I know you're not happy. But I'm telling you, man, Cody is not winning the Undisputed. You better hope he wins the World Heavyweight title. At this point, you better hope that's the way it plays out. Because I'm telling you, Rock is back. I'm not happy about it. You know why, Conrad, I'm not happy about it? Because I don't like to be wrong. But this time, I was wrong. The Rock is back. He's in the mix. It's Rock, Roman, end of discussion.
E put up Hardcore Holly, one of my favorite answers of all time with Bob Holly. Guys, we need new ideas for the main event scene. What should we do? Put the bell on me.
Listen.
Then what do we do after that, Bob? Wait, hold on. You got to hear the second part. What do we do after that, Bob, after we put the belt on you? I beat everybody. They said he left out. Bruce Pritchard was like, okay, all right. He's serious.
Yo, let's throw it out there to the chat. Chat, this is your chance to shine. Once and for all, with the Royal Rumble 6 days away, 5 days away. Tell me now, what is the WrestleMania main event? With the way everything is played out and the way everything is, Sean was wrong. The Rock came back. Sean was wrong. Okay? Now that The Rock is in the mix, what will be the WrestleMania 40 main event? Tell me right now. That's what I want to know. Because my prediction is unequivocally Rock versus Roman Reigns. I like Cody Rhodes. It's not going to happen.
Interesting.
Oh, man. Thank God for The Rock. I had changed thank God that The Rock came back. Thank God I was wrong. Because, we saw the main event of WrestleMania coming, a year ago. Isn't this better to have a little bit of question mark about what's going to happen? No?
It depends on who you are.
Okay.
Hold on here. I'm getting a little feedback on your end, Sean.
Yep.
Pro Wrestling Show says Cody versus Roman.
I know that's what you want, brother. I know that's what you want.
But you see what I'm saying? There's heartache for him.
I know. I feel bad for him. I do. I feel bad for Jesse.
Deanna says Rock versus Roman's the match.
Yep.
Roman versus Cody. McKinney's agreeing.
Okay.
Punk Rollins / Drew night 1, Roman Rock night 2. So we got another one for Roman Rock.
Yep.
Mike said, brother love. Rock Roman, Doug says, if Seth's out, Punk Cody. They didn't just put that man on the 2K cover for him to open WrestleMania.
No, not open. Who said anything about opening WrestleMania?
Well, no, but here's the other thing I was thinking about. So if they put Drew in that match or someone else that's not as what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying not to be disrespectful. Mm-hmm. Not as main event-esque in that spot. Do you go with a different match? Do you say, well, we're putting Rhea and Becky in the main event now?
I don't think there's really a question mark at this point, Conrad. I think the whole Drew and whoever else is starting to become a little bit of a hyperbole situation, because at the end of the day, I think it's Rock Roman, and I think Cody is going to get a consolation prize, especially with this Seth situation. By the way, WWE's getting away with murder, figuratively murder with this.
Thank you for adding that in.
Yeah, figuratively, because at the end of the day, this Seth injury, God bless him, but this Seth injury could take the decision out of their hands.
Sean, this injury affects more people than people think too.
Right.
Let's say Drew gets put into that match. What happens to Sami Zayn's match? Maybe you put Kevin Owens in the match instead. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like, Drew and Sami seem to be the route they were going for WrestleMania. Let me see here. Ryan Armstrong, welcome. Thank you. Deanna says Roman's not losing that title anytime soon. Oh, my goodness.
Deanna and I are on the same page, because I told you, Conrad, off the air, I think Cody, I think Roman's not losing until SummerSlam.
Cody versus Rock. If Cody has the belt by SummerSlam, though, do you think they're going to... I know we're getting into the fictitious records and stuff. He's 1 month away from Hogan then.
Well, that's a good point. Oh, my gosh.
Because at that point, you might as well beat that record and do that. But that depends on how you feel about it. I personally don't care. It's like that modern era. He's not beating Bruno and he's not beating Bob Backlund. But you don't have reigns like that anymore.
Can I address Jesse, please? Can I have 30 seconds to address Jesse?
Hold on. I got to get Robin real quick. Y'all notice Sean said Rock 3 times in a row. He's growing more accepting.
Well, actually, Dwayne. Okay, Dwayne has made WrestleMania more unpredictable, which I like. Here's the thing, Jess. PWS.
Which comment are you commenting on right now?
The one you have. Okay. Right now. I'm not Conrad. Be my witness. I'm not happy about this. This is not something that makes me happy. I'm just stating facts. At the end of the day, Cody facing Roman when Rock is in the mix makes no sense. That's the money match. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If you have Rock at your disposal, Rob, if you have Dwayne at your disposal, are you going to give Cody I'm being real. And to answer Jesse's second question, then who's he going to face? If this Seth situation plays out the way some of us feel, that will probably be the way it goes. I'm not saying this because it's something that makes me happy. I'm saying it because you can't give the nod to Cody over The Rock. That doesn't make any sense.
It's going to be tough. And I see what Pro Wrestling Shoe's saying, though. Cody can't win the other title because that wasn't the story. That was never the story.
I agree.
Heel Cody incoming, Mike says. Ooh. Roman winning at 40. Day 1, Rock Roman. Day 2, Roman Cody.
That is actually not a... No, I'm not going to give
but that'll cheapen Cody's win. But I don't know if Cody cares about that. But you know what people are going to say? Rock had to soften him up for you. The contract says Cody is winning the title. Location, though, is to be determined. Wow. That's Jesse's co-host. Cody's to get that title. Ooh, Cody's to get that title to 2025. That's a long time.
That's why I like Deanna. Deanna's taking it even a step further than I did.
I apologize too. I see people in the chat are getting hit with Nightbot. I'll try to see if I can mess with the things to see if I can take those off. Oh please, Sean. I don't know what that's
Crystal
for.
Just giving me a hard time because Crystal's my friend. Crystal knows I'm talking right. Crystal knows that I didn't want The Rock to come back because The Rock coming back got on my nerves. But now that The Rock is back, we have to accept reality.
Pro Wrestling Shoe said The Rock ain't even announced, dude.
If don't do that.
Y'all better poop bricks if you hear if you smell it on Saturday. It's over.
Can we agree? Because now I'm getting excited. Can we agree that if The Rock enters the Royal Rumble, this debate is over?
It's going to be something to be feared.
If The Rock enters the Royal Rumble, Conrad, this conversation is finished. I love it. I love it. Thank God at least there's some unpredictability, Conrad. Thank God. Finally.
It ain't good for everybody. You had to me, this is the weird thing though. This is the casuals versus the IWC thing.
Yeah.
I mentioned this. I'm gonna shout out to my wife who is the reason why I can record these shows most of the time. Love you. She knew when The Rock came back. She called me. I think she was at work that night, if I'm not mistaken. And she said, "Oh, The Rock's coming back." How did she know? How did she know already? And I was like, "What do you mean The Rock's coming? You saw it?" She was like, "Yeah, it's all over social media. Everyone said like The Rock's coming back, blah blah blah." And I was just like, "Wow." Ask her. She wasn't really saying too much about the Cody match, but then she was like, "Nah, this one. What's up with that? I'm interested." It depends on how you feel and what you mean. I get it. This is gonna work in both ways. But Cody was promised this. Cody should have won last year. I am standing on that. Sean, we are both here to say it. I had the Cody shirt on.
Conrad, my brother from another mother, they ruined it. It should have been last year. What were they thinking?
Yeah, Vinny saying Rock over Cody. Rock's the bigger star than Cody will ever be with the title. I hate to say this, but if Taker was in the Rock role, what? What?
Yo, that's actually kind of true though. I know you
can't tell me.
Kind of true.
Yeah, can't tell me Rock and Roman both doing the dance before the match with the other Samoa Warriors, man.
Oh, my Kenny.
Roman and Rock won't be for the title.
Oh, so she's saying Cody wins it the night before.
It could be. No.
Oh, Jesse's so bad. Jesse.
It's gonna be. Don't get him fired up on Thursday. This is a preview. Keep Rock away from the Rumble. Do you see Naomi and Sasha Banks returning at the Royal Rumble match this year? Ryan says. I'll say Naomi, yes. Sasha, no.
Yes, and maybe.
Rock and Khan on speed dial. Man, Tony Khan ain't calling up no Rock, man. He ain't going there. The Rock enters, CM Punk knocks him out. He ain't knocking him out. He's knocking him.
You know what? I respect you. He really loves Cody Rhodes. I feel bad for you, Joe. I feel bad for you, bro. I really do.
Well, let's look at it.
Yeah.
Hey, Derek said, happy birthday to your kiddo. I won't mention any names on here. Happy birthday to your kiddo.
To your mini me. God bless, man.
Yes. Tell her to subscribe to the channel. I sent her a happy birthday message earlier. They already sent me home from work for being fired up today. Don't get me started.
All I ask is that we keep both of our shows profanity free, Jesse. So just try any words outside of profanity are welcome. You can say anything you want. Damn is acceptable. I think ASS is acceptable, right? ASS.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah, there you go. It's all good.
Listen, if you can say it in a PG-13 movie, it's okay.
What? Conrad, God bless. That's exactly where we're going to go with it.
But actually, though, you could say the F-bomb, but you can't say you because it's a verb. It gets weird with that stuff. But you know what I mean. Acceptable.
This is a big night for us because I'm going on record. ASS is acceptable and damn is acceptable.
There we go. I'm trying to edit. Stop disrespecting my dude. Hey, listen.
What is disrespect? Yo, bro, who's disrespecting Cody? I'm saying that The Rock would get the nod over Cody. What is disrespectful about that?
Rockstar said Mercedes is all elite and people don't believe me. Rockstar, I believe you, bro. I can see it.
I believe you.
PG-13, LOL. Yeah, PG-13. Listen, let's transition out of this because we're going to be talking about it. Next week, me and Sean are probably going to be the ones talking about it. I don't think me and Derek are going to do a Rumble review after, just because of timing and how it's going to work out. Come back. Me and Sean will break it down for you then we begin the real road to WrestleMania afterwards. So make sure you're here next week.
This is getting exciting, bro.
Let's talk real quick about New Japan Pro Wrestling. Two quick minor things. Tama Tonga appears to be leaving. He took his final bow. He dropped the Never Openweight Championship to the man known as Evil, House of Torture, bad people. Why are they on my television screen? Why didn't Ren Narita join them? Why did you ruin a young lion like this? Evil's the champ right now, but Tama Tonga says he would like to come home stateside. He's tired of leaving his family. He's been doing it for years and years and years, if you've been watching and a fan. What's the best place for Tama Tonga to go, though? He looks like he's in great shape. He looks like he's ready to make a move. What do you do with him, Sean? WWE's got history. AEW is more accepting of the New Japan style if he wants to do the same kind of style. I don't know what works for him. And does Tony Khan need him?
I think you just broke it down perfectly. He has history WWE, but AEW is more accepting of New Japan style. That's the route I would go if I were he.
But WWE, their family's always been treated pretty well. Not gonna lie.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but I'm saying he'll have a job. He can always go back there. But maybe that's offers already there too.
TNA is also an option. So you got to remember, TNA is not off the charts anymore. Yeah.
They got some bread. They got some bread to spend if you're willing to come on over and let's build this up.
Yep.
Option is there. Now, you know who we do got time and money for? Kazuchika Okada leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling. I saw this and I sent it to you, Derek, Jesse. I sent it to my mama. I sent it to everybody.
My mama.
And I could not believe this. January 31st, 2024, Kazuchika Okada will be leaving New Japan after the conclusion of his contract. We apologize to fans for the abrupt nature of this announcement. No, he told you I ain't signing nothing. Have a good day. I thought Tanahashi was going to be enough to keep him, Sean.
I thought so too, but it didn't work out that way.
It looks like he is also going. Okada will be appearing in February 11th in Osaka, February 23rd and 24th in Sapporo. Changes will be made to the forthcoming card. So the cards are getting changed up. Like some of the matches that were already made, like I saw his trios. He's a trios champion over there for the Never Openweight titles. That match got switched up already. I felt bad for TMDK, but the match is switched up. Sean, I'm gonna put him on the screen.
Yep.
What do you do with this, brother?
I'm actually sad to say this. I think he ends up in World Wrestling Entertainment.
He has said it's a goal to compete at WrestleMania. The dude's 36. It's now or never. It's now or never to make one of these moves.
And that's part of what you're saying right now is part of the reason why I'm going there. I'm not happy about it. There's another one I'm not happy about. I just think that he's gonna test his luck on the big stage. I know I hate to admit that that's the big stage, but it still is. I think he wants to go to WWE and test his merit over there.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I think there's different matchups offered for WWE for him. If he goes to AEW, I mean, we've seen him with Will Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
You got that match at your disposal whenever you want it. We've seen him with Kenny Omega again. We've never seen it on American soil, though. I would love to see that match. That could sell All In if Kenny's back in time. But he's still out right now, too.
Well, he's out for the foreseeable future, yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't even had the surgery yet, according to Uncle Dave Meltzer over there at Wrestling Observer.
At this point, I don't even care about wrestling. I just want him to get better.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what's the best place for him. He could have the better matches there, but let me ask you this. Look at me straight up. Look into your camera. Is it a little intriguing to want to see Roman Reigns versus Kazuchika Okada? It intrigues me.
Sure.
Randy Orton versus Kazuchika Okada.
Sure. Absolute. Listen, there are big money matches in WWE. There are big money matches in AEW too, but I think there's big money matches in AEW and WWE. Yeah, sure.
Interesting. Rockstar said Rumble's going to end by 11:30. I don't know if it is. When Fatu's brother contract expired, another Bloodline member. Could you throw him in?
Roman goes off the scene in the summer. Roman is locked in through the summer. By the way.
What do you mean locked in?
Roman has dates scheduled through the summer.
Yeah. Roman's gonna have to get something.
So is Roman gonna lose the title before he goes off the scene? Not likely.
Maybe they do the Backlash rematch. You know how it goes.
Summer.
France, I'll be there.
Summer. And by the way, he's not going to France.
Oh man, dude, stop it. We gotta stop looking at these schedules. What is happening?
Am I supposed to do my homework or not, bro? I do my
No, you do.
So he's not scheduled for France. He's scheduled through the summer. What does that tell you?
He better be at Elimination Chamber. Imagine paying WWE all that money to get a pay-per-view.
He's not.
Bro, I would fight someone at WWE if they took my $60 million or whatever it was. They were like, "Oh, you're getting Rhea Ripley, you're getting Punk. You don't need these other guys. Don't you have Rock and Roman over there? No. They're busy."
I'm asking you a question, brother. I'm asking you a question. You're my friend. I'm asking you a question. What does that tell you? Roman is booked through SummerSlam on very limited dates, and those dates do not include Backlash. So, what does that tell you?
It's gonna be rough out here.
I'm just saying.
If you could get Okada, so Okada's doing stuff up until February. I don't know if Okada wants to move stateside. That's another thing. I think Tony Khan would let him live in Japan and just come over when he needs to. But that's a long flight. But maybe they're used to it. I don't know.
Okada wants to be in WWE.
And when I say they, I mean New Japan wrestlers. Maybe they're used to just coming over here. Because Suzuki comes over. And cut it out. We don't want to see no Okada with the red balloon. He's not above doing comedy either. That's why I'm like, maybe WWE would happen. I'm seeing, oh my goodness. I'm seeing people having fun with this in the chat. I can't bring all of these up right now, guys. Uncle Dave. Yes, Joel. Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave. E said, again, have fun with AEW, then go to WWE when you're broken down and get that money like Kenta. He was prime rib in NXT, meat falling off the bone. McKinney said, every wrestler that ever wrestled during WrestleMania era's dreamed to wrestle on the grandest stage of them all, including international stars plus Okada and Bessie. I just feel like if I was a wrestler, I would want to create something, though. I would be like, I want to be a part of something that's the new WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Like Wrestle Kingdom, New Japan. That's cool that some people got to be a part of that.
Yeah, but
you got to build it. I get it, though. WrestleMania is the dream, I guess, for most people.
For every wrestler. I mean, I'm not a WWE guy, you know that, but WrestleMania is a dream for every wrestler.
I'm just saying you have to create it, though, too. Like, someone had to create Starrcade. Someone had to create Wrestle Kingdom. Someone had to create Bound for Glory, Slammiversary. You got to, if you want those events to be something, you got to create it. Make it something. Interesting. Okada WWE would not be good due to the fact that they consistently treat. We ain't getting into the Nakamura. Maybe Nakamura's going to try to convince him too. I didn't think about that. So what's your final place of destination for him? Okada, you're his agent. He's like, yo, I know it's Barry Bloom, by the way, if you guys didn't know. You'll hear that name a lot in books. What Sean? It's Barry. What should I do with Okada, bro? Where should I tell him to go?
I would suggest that he should go to AEW, but I think in his heart he wants to try his luck in WWE. And I think he's going to do what he wants to do. And I think the money's not going to be a factor either way he goes. So I think he'll choose to follow his heart and go to WWE.
Interesting. Okay. This is going to be tough. No, because I know where this talk's going to be right here, bro, for this next conversation. I think my prediction is Okada goes to AEW. I don't know how. I don't know why. But Sean says WWE. If it pops up, I'm gonna give Sean the credit on this one. I thought he was gonna stay. I just can't believe it. But
the brother wants to fly, flap his wings, man.
No comments from you because I already saw what you put on Twitter. Had me in stitches today. Please stop. Cody Rhodes lands on the cover of WWE 2K24. Sean, I don't know if you saw the quote, but don't put me on the cover next year if I haven't finished my story by then.
Okay.
If I haven't, Sean, stop. Just stop. Let me finish the quote. He said, "Don't put me on the cover if I haven't finished my story by then for 2K25."
Oh, he'll finish the story by then. He'll finish it in the summer. Cody Rhodes is going to become the new undisputed champion.
So Cody Rhodes isn't winning this belt at WrestleMania, is what you're saying? I feel like they built this up for Mania.
Not since Dwayne Johnson returned their phone calls. I don't know what else you want me to say. Listen, bro. I can't say this enough. I predicted The Rock would not come back for months. I'm not happy about this. But now that he's in the mix, the WrestleMania storyline about him finishing the story in Philly, it's over. Book it. Unless The Rock changes his mind. Now, if The Rock is not at WrestleMania, then yeah, he's going to finish the story at WrestleMania. But The Rock is in the mix. Am I wrong?
I think so. He mentioned that the table thing, and I know in my mind I'm like, well, maybe Rock's going to do it at SummerSlam. But why would you mention it now?
Right.
You could have a movie by then.
Right. Good point, Conrad. If Rock doesn't show up at WrestleMania, then this whole thing goes out the window. It's going to be Cody 100%.
Then your prediction might come true that The Rock never wrestled this year.
There you go. So I'd be right about one thing or the other, either way.
Yeah. We'll see. I told you not to write that in the chat, bro. Stop. Just stop. So Cody Rhodes.
Yo, E is hilarious, bro.
Yeah, and Renegade brings up a good point. UFL starts in March. I know I got hold on, let me move that Cody picture for a second.
I feel bad for Cody Rhodes. This is ridiculous, bro. Because I truly believe that he got informed he wasn't going to win at 39 on that buck.
I'm saving the rest of the points about this for when we do your show on Thursday. Everyone be there for a good time. I promise you. 4 talking heads with 4 different opinions. It's going to be crazy. And I finally get to be like the middleman. Like, yeah, I'm falling back. I'm just sitting here. This is what I think,
And Crystal, that little beautiful flower that you see, she is a savage. So do not get it twisted. And we all know how Jesse feels from PWS. This is going to be a war, and I cannot wait.
It should be fun. Derek, stop being a hater. Derek, stop being a hater. Cody doesn't deserve the cover.
My guy. This is why Derek is my guy. He tells it like it is. Why the hell is Cody Rhodes the cover of this freaking game? Oh, I know why. I'll tell you why. You want to know why? Because
Stop. I already know where you're going. Stop.
I'll stop. I'll stop.
Cody Rhodes is on the cover of WWE 2K14. As you guys know, I'm a huge wrestling video game fan. Like, love them. All good. It's a great thing with the wrestling video games. We talked about Fight Forever on here. Now we're moving on to this game, and it's got a lot of people's eyes. It's got a lot of attention on it. I personally think that more wrestling video games being made is good because it allows people to pick up different things and do different things. WWE's history is so rich, Sean. I don't think they've ever tapped into fully what they could do with the video games because reasons. Insert your catchphrase here. You know what that means.
That means, yeah.
Yeah. Putting ECW in a video game in the year you're in Philadelphia sounds like a good idea. You know what that means. Have you ever seen WCW really used in this game enough to where it's like, let's do a WCW storyline and tell some of the stories from there? Nope. And now you don't have half the people for it. So we're in a little bit of a predicament, and I get it. Tony Khan was probably going to be nice in the beginning if you were nice to him, and now he doesn't want to play ball anymore with you because, you know what I mean? This sounds like kid stuff, but this is what it is.
Oh,
Tony's not going to say like, yeah, no, you can use Christian and Mark Henry in your game. No, I don't want you to. No, because you want to be mean to me and make fun of me. No. Right. So that's the point where we're at. Cody's on the cover of this, the trailer. We can't show it on here, but what did you think of the trailer? Minus the CGI effects, because I laughed. But what did you think of the trailer?
Minus the CGI effects, because that was kind of weak. Overall, I thought it was really good, though. I'm not going to lie. I thought that they did a good job. I love the Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair commentary. I like what Hogan said. I like what Austin said. It's just the CGI, which is corny. But I got excited watching that skit. I got excited watching that YouTube video. I think they did a good job. I think they really set the stage for the best-selling game in their history.
Yeah, only Stone Cold's face. I thought Hogan's face didn't look that bad, but Stone Cold's looked pretty bad. Where he turned his head.
They both look bad, bro. Yeah.
Hogan's was a little better, I thought, though, when they at least had him in there. Like, straight WrestleMania 3 face. They were like, listen, you can't have Hogan do that stuff anymore, all right? The dude's walking around with a big walking stick now. I just saw his son's video on YouTube. But they tapped into nostalgia for us. So Cody got that cover. I'm going to show y'all the deluxe edition.
That's awesome.
I love that they gave it to the sister Bianca Belair and the homie Rhea Ripley. I think these are two of the future. Listen, I think we've moved past that horsewomen. Like that was their time, their era, and this is who they're focused on now. These two are leading the brands. One's red. I see the other one's purple, but you know what I'm saying. SmackDown, Raw. We got two people who could lead the way, and that's who they booked very strongly last year. Both of these women.
Beauty, athleticism, charisma. These are the two top in the industry today in WWE. I love what they've done. These two being on this cover did my heart. I was thrilled to see this. Thrilled.
I love it, and I personally think that. Remember we were talking about matchups before about people not being believable for both of them as opponents. Now imagine if you got a match between these two. I'm sold.
There you go.
I'm sold. But that's how you build up characters. That's the proper way to do it. And I would love to see them get in there. I'm going to put up Quills. Yo, the comments are killing me. You guys have to stop. I see the stuff you're saying about that Cody cover. Stop. Congrats to Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley for being on the cover. Two women gracing the cover for the first time, as well as Bianca, the first black woman to grace the cover. Respect.
Oh, man.
I love it.
It means it means a lot to me personally. I'm not going to lie.
And I got to show you my favorite version, though.
Oh, I think your favorite version is my favorite version. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love how this looks.
That is epic. I'm not going to cap. And you know, Conrad, am I a WWE guy?
You know what? I want to say yes. I know you want me to say no here. Currently, no. But old school Sean, if there's some nostalgia, Sean, we can get Sean.
Yes. Absolutely. This is awesome.
If I could pick a show to do with Sean, me and Sean would be What Happened When, Bruce Pritchard, what is it? Something to Wrestle With. Yeah. We would be doing all that stuff because we are some classic old school 80s wrestling. Like, we love it.
Yes, sir.
I thought of Bobby the Brain Heenan when you did that.
This cover, Conrad, is really, really nice. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I just I retweeted the artist earlier on Twitter. My socials, you guys can find me at EPW Show on all social media platforms. Sean at Hub W Weekly. Make sure you give him a follow. He's on all social media platforms too, though. You'll find him.
Sure.
And I just put that out there that the guy who did the art for this, I forgot who said they knew him, but they were like, oh, everyone thinks that was AI. No, someone said, I know the guy who did the art for it. He's right here. And they took a picture with him in like a fast food restaurant. And I was like, that looks really good. It just encapsulates like my childhood, the current day, what I'm watching currently. It's well done. It's well done and well placed in how things look. The look of Hogan, Andre, even the teeth.
And giving the nod to Bianca on 2 covers. Very
It's
cool.
good.
She's featured on the deluxe, but she's actually also a part of this 40 years of WrestleMania. I mean, when you win 3 straight WrestleMania matches, that's not, maybe she deserves it. I think she does.
I mean, and then look at, so listen, you're still acknowledging Hulk Hogan. We've said what we've said about him. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here. Andre, we know what his role was. Andre was the before WrestleMania, and I feel like he passed the torch to Hogan at 3 to say, like, you know what, you're the guy. And when I tell you people who know wrestlers, my mom doesn't watch too much wrestling, but my mom knows who Andre the Giant is, Hulk Hogan. I could guess she knows Stone Cold, Undertaker, and The Rock out of anyone here, and maybe Bret Hart.
There is a glaring omission, though, Conrad. A glaring omission.
Who should be on here?
Macho Man Randy Savage should be on this cover. And you know who I would take off? And I respect him. But he doesn't need to be on this cover. Triple H should be replaced by Macho Man.
Don't you dare.
Triple H should be replaced by Macho Man. 100%.
I hear you with that. And you know what? I might even add Sean on here, but that's only because Sean's my favorite.
Mm-hmm. But Sean's here.
No. I was just talking about people who my mother would recognize on here. Right. Some people are like, my mom's the casual point of view that I'm like, who would she recognize on this cover? But it's probably because I'm a huge wrestling fan and that's why she knows them.
Right.
But I love Undertaker's placement in the middle. His stuff to WrestleMania. The Rock. The Rock's been part of some of the most memorable matches. You don't think of Rock as being a match guy, but his Mania matches always hit. Lesnar.
Charlotte Flair.
Well, you know.
I would have placed Charlotte with her father.
Yeah, and I wish the thing that hurts the most about some of these matches, and we're going to get into like what the game has to offer in it real quick, but what hurts is that I wish we could get like Mercedes Moné and Bianca as like Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, the night where 2 black women main event at night 1 of WrestleMania. Like, I love that match between them. Like, I think it's a great one. People can say whatever they want. I think Sasha Banks has been part of some of the top 10. Her name's going to pop up constantly for top 10 best, like, WWE women's matches of all time, in my opinion. Her name would be on that list a lot.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird. Some of the people can't be in because of AEW, TNA, New Japan, wherever they may be. They also announced some other things in here. I'm going to show some screenshots here. Here's Rhea Ripley in the game for those who haven't seen it.
Oh, my.
That looks good, don't it?
That's amazing.
That's mommy. That's
real talk from an artistic standpoint. That is fantastic.
Yeah, man. Do you know how many cameras they used to scan them? It's probably something ridiculous now. It used to be like 1, then it was a couple that went around your head. Now it's like a room of cameras. Like, they're not missing a hair on you or a tattoo that you have on you.
Yeah.
But Rhea Ripley looks amazing, representing the Judgment Day. We can't see that championship, but it looks like it might be the new one.
Yeah, it looks like the new one. I see the white on the top. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, you got to peep the little things when they do this. We were promised new match types when it came down to this, Sean. New match types. They were able to finally put in the casket match. And I love that we're getting WrestleMania 25, Shawn and Undertaker. The greatest WrestleMania match, in my opinion. Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, WrestleMania 25. I love that match. If Rob's still in the chat, I remember watching that with Rob and a bunch of other people. I know my wife was here. I can't even remember who else was here. Probably B and a bunch of other people. But when we watched it, we went crazy for that match, bro. When Taker kicked out of the when Shawn kicked out of the tombstone and then he caught, it's so great. It's so great. The casket match is finally in. No, Kamala better be in this game. That's what I wanted. That's what I hear. Casket match. Kamala's afraid of caskets. Oh, no. It's a good thing though. Like I mentioned it to you, and I stand by this, Sean. XGW, Cactus, wherever he is, when you hear this, bro, you can send me the smiley emoji or the thumbs up so I know you saw it. We have always said this. When there is a competition for a game, WWE steps it up and they magically can do stuff all of a sudden. I remember in like 2008, we can't put in Inferno matches. It'd be real difficult to program. And then TNA's coming out with a wrestling game with Midway. Mm-hmm. Inferno matches are in WWE SVR 2009. I was like, really? Y'all can do that all of a sudden? AEW's game gets announced. War Games is back, baby. We got War Games. We got casket matches. And the other match that got brought back, an all-time favorite of yours, I would assume, special guest referee. They got the old school ropes.
I can't.
Look at Bret Hart's boot, bro. Look at the detail.
I can't wait to turn on people as being. I'm going to be referee more than I'm actually a competitor. I am fired. Listen.
Can't trust Sean.
Yo, listen. This game, this trailer made me smile. And I know that sounds real corny, but that's the only way I can describe it. This game made me smile. It's the first time anything WWE related in the last year has made me smile. They really, Seth Rollins is kicking off Monday Night Raw. So that kind of eliminates my whole cash-in theory.
You never know.
You never know. Right? You never know. But no, to stay on task here. And by the way, Chris, of course we're on the same page. We're right here. Love the game so far from what we've seen. I'm really excited.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Now they got a lot of stuff to offer here. I feel like I'm gonna try and pull up some of the stuff on my phone here. I know I have it in my gallery, so excuse me if I'm not looking at the screen temporarily. But I'm just trying to get in some of the stuff that we learned about with this. Things that we learned about. I took this from someone on Twitter. The release date is going to be March 5th for early. That's fast.
Yeah,
that's really fast.
Just to rain on Revolution's parade.
Competition. That's all I can say. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. 40 years of WrestleMania. I mean, at this point, can you be surprised? Like WWE can't go any lower to surprise where I'd be like, I'm shocked that you did this. I'm just like, terrible. Terrible. 40 years of WrestleMania. We're getting 21 matches for that. A roster of 200 plus superstars. Now we have 4 new match types in the game. We didn't have all pictures for them. Casket match, gauntlet match, special referee, and ambulance. If you want to say something, Sean, just pause me and I'll let you take over. Pre-order bonus pack, the Nightmare Family. You're going to get Undashing, Mask Cody Rhodes, Stardust. I don't know how he signed off on that. The Bruise Cody Rhodes will be in my faction.
Look up, Conrad.
Stop. Dusty Rhodes from 1976. And you're going to get the Hall of Famer, Superstar Billy Graham. I don't think we've ever seen.
That's cool. I will interject this. I'm so intrigued by the third version, but it's so expensive. I heard it's $119.99 retail.
$120, bro. The price of like 2 games a couple years ago.
It's a lot of bread, man. It's a lot of bread. Ugh.
It's hard out here, man.
Yeah.
So you got the 3 editions, 40 years of WrestleMania pack. If you get that one, actually, I think I have this listed. So let me pull this up. Boom. Here we go. Now, I'm going to put you guys onto some game here. So I just mentioned all this other stuff. So the Nightmare Family Pack, Dusty Rhodes, My Faction cards, all that stuff. Mattel, Cody Rhodes, Bruise playable. Hold on. Someone decided to call me during the stream. The Deluxe Edition, Season Pass, you're getting 5 DLC packs with it. My Rise Mega Boost Supercharger. I'm sure that means you get all the upgrades and the Evo cards. Rhea Ripley attire, Bianca attire. James, you might be right. That might be the attires that they wear at the Saudi shows. Now, are you looking at this pack, the bottom one? Look.
I gotta ask you. I have to get it now. I'm paying the $120, and I'm gonna ask you why you think I'm doing it.
Macho King Randy Savage, WrestleMania 6.
That's unbelievable. Yo!
They got you.
I got to calm down. You knew exactly where I was going with that, Conrad. The Macho King from WrestleMania 6, that's awesome. Damn, yeah. I'm going to have to pay $120 now. Damn it.
Ryan said, love that cover. Where's Randy, Richter, Trish, and Lita? Can't fit everybody on there. It's going to be tough. Hey, if WWE treated people well, I said the same thing earlier. People were throwing stones at me. I said, yeah, maybe WWE treated people better. I don't want to hear no complaining. Yeah. 40 years of WrestleMania pack. Notice that little double star at the top. I'm going to get into that in 1 second, too. Showcase Superstars rosters are all unlocked. So you probably have to unlock people while playing, but they'll unlock them for you if you get it. WrestleMania 40 arena. Interesting. WrestleMania 40 hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure they're going to work on it. Macho King Randy Savage, WrestleMania 6. Brother, that's a good one. He's coming out in the tights for once. I'm tired of those nasty green trunks they've had him in for years.
Everybody knows, Conrad, especially you, that Shawn Michaels is my favorite of all time, and I consider him the greatest ever. But Macho Man Randy Savage, I love him. I love Macho Man Randy Savage. And the Macho King persona, golly.
It is good. It is good. Matt Lopez, Shawn and Taker is the gold standard of Mania matches. Who you telling, bro? Who you telling? Inferno match, CJ. I'm just letting you know. If Yoko and Vader are in, let's get Cornette to manage and yell verbal abuse. Macho King's in. I wonder. So we have to get Dusty Rhodes with the polka dots, right? Like, see, I think when you put certain people in, you got to put the other guy in. Like,
especially if they said Macho King Mania 6. They didn't have to say Mania 6.
And that makes you think, well, then we're getting Hogan and Warrior with the orange attire with the Warrior thing on his chest. I know some people are like, dude, we've seen that a lot of times, but that's a classic.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Rey Mysterio, WrestleMania 20.
That Chili asked me about. Would I put Warrior on the cover? The answer, I mean this respectfully, the answer would be no. I like the Warrior. But God rest his soul, he wouldn't be on this cover. If Macho Man Mick Foley is not on this cover, I'm not going to give Warrior. I don't know about you, Conrad.
No, Warrior's just, he didn't have enough Mania matches. I mean, to me, his best Mania match is probably the one with Hogan. Then after that, it's probably Rick Rude.
Yeah.
No, I'm lying. Excuse me. I take that back. Savage or Hogan. You could probably transfer those two. Then Rick Rude. I love the WrestleMania 7 end of a career match or whatever they called it. I can't remember.
Him having great matches at 6 and 7, to your point, Conrad, which is right on the money. Him having great matches at 6 and 7 kind of encapsulates his entire career because he was popping from 89 to 91.
Yeah. And then when he came back in 92, he was still there, but then he exited quickly. Then 96, he comes back, squashes Triple H. But what did that mean, you know? Exactly. So Rey Mysterio, WrestleMania 22, Triple H, WrestleMania 30, Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania 33, Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 36. That's actually a dope attire that she came out to, if people remember. And then 2 or 3 gold My Faction cards of above. I don't care. But let's go back to that double star I mentioned up at the top. Exact release date for 40 years of WrestleMania bonus pack content to be announced post-launch and subject to change. Interesting. You know, a lot of people yelled at AEW for that, but they're saying they're going to have to scan the arena and then they're going to have to wait in. But they're telling you, AEW, take notes. They're telling you that you're going to have to wait for this to change, but that's fine. You told us. I get it. It's in a small print. Maybe people won't see it. Maybe people won't read it, but it's there. This still doesn't stop my issues with some of the other things in the games about, like, I don't like to showcase matches where it's like real life footage, it blends in, things like that. I'm going to have my issues with that stuff. But I'm more excited for this game than I was for the last two. The last two they released on the newest systems.
I'm over the moon excited, and I don't get excited about anything WWE these days. I'm really excited. I will be getting the game. What a weekend that's going to be. The game comes out, and I think that same week is AEW Revolution. Man, what a time to be a wrestling fan, right?
For real. It's going to be good. Listen, I don't have much else to say. I'm sure me and Sean we'll talk the details when we hear about the DLC. We'll bring it up again. Maybe Sean will stream it on his YouTube channel or something. He'll pop in the game.
I will.
Put that in. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Thursday. You have to be on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly's channel at
8:05 Eastern Standard Time Thursday night.
Be there. Make sure we're going to be talking Royal Rumble history, current Royal Rumble predictions. We're going to get into this Cody mess. I can't wait for that. That's going to be the best part. You guys are going to want to be there. So make sure you guys go over to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, subscribe, leave us some comments in the chat. Even if you guys can't be there, hop in, leave us some comments on what you think about everything. And we're going to rock this out, man. Sean, I'm going to let you, I don't know if you want to add anything else or say anything, but we're going to get on out of here and let's see what Seth Rollins has to say.
absolutely, as CM Punk enters the building. We wanted to say, everybody, that, we really appreciate you guys and all the support. We're looking forward to seeing you guys on Thursday. But before you get to us on Thursday on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly, make sure you come back right here to see Derek and Conrad live for their AEW special that they do every Wednesday night at 10:05. And then we'll see you Thursday night at 8:05 on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. Throw us both a subscribe if you haven't so far. We appreciate each and every one of you. God bless. Be encouraged. It's WrestleMania season, the most exciting time of a wrestling fandom. Let's put it that way. So God bless. Be encouraged, and always remember, evil never prevails. We'll talk to you next time.